Have you ever looked at someone else's life and thought, wow, they've got it all figured out? Maybe it's the friend with a perfect job, the influencer with a dream lifestyle, or the coworker who always seems ahead of the game. And then there's you, feeling like you're stuck in slow motion while everyone else is sprinting ahead. It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? That constant comparison, the nagging thought that you're not doing enough, achieving enough, or simply being enough. But let me ask you something. When you're busy looking at someone else's success, what are you doing with your own life? Here's the hard truth. Comparison is stealing your time, your energy, and your focus. It's like trying to run a race while constantly looking at the person in the next lane. Well, it's partly biological. Back when survival depended on being better, faster, or stronger, comparison was a way to gauge where we stood. But today, it's different. Now, we're comparing things like bank accounts, vacations, and Instagram likes. We've turned comparison into a competition for things that often don't even matter. But here's what you're not seeing. When you compare yourself to someone else, you're only looking at their highlight reel. You see their new house, but not the years of saving and sacrifice that went into it. You see their dream job, but not the nights they spent crying over failures. And you see their confidence, but not the self-doubt they battled behind closed doors. What you don't realize is this: their success doesn't diminish yours. Just because someone else is ahead doesn't mean you're behind. Life isn't a race. It's a journey, and we all have our own pace. Let me share a little secret. You'll never feel good enough if you keep comparing. Why? Because there will always be someone doing something you're not, achieving something you haven't, or living a life you think you want. And the truth is, you're only seeing a fraction of their story. But let's flip the script. What if, instead of comparing, you focused on your own growth? What if you measured yourself against who you were yesterday, instead of who someone else is today? It starts with gratitude. Take a moment to appreciate where you are right now. Think about the challenges you've overcome, the skills you've learned, and the person you're becoming. You've come further than you realize, and you're stronger than you think. Next, set your own goals. What do you want to achieve? Not because someone else did it, but because it matters to you. Break those goals into small, actionable steps. Remember, success isn't about doing everything all at once. It's about doing one thing at a time, consistently. Now, let's talk about social media. If scrolling through Instagram is making you feel like you're not enough, it's time to take control. Unfollow accounts that trigger feelings of inadequacy. Limit your screen time. And most importantly, remind yourself that what you see online is not real life. It's a curated version of reality. And here's a game-changing idea. Celebrate the success of others. Instead of feeling envious, be inspired. If someone's doing something amazing, let it motivate you to work toward your own goals. Their success doesn't take anything away from you. It's proof that success is possible. Finally, remember this. You're not in competition with anyone but yourself. The only question that matters is this: are you better today than you were yesterday? If the answer is yes, then you're winning. So the next time you catch yourself comparing, stop and ask, what's one thing I can do today to get closer to my own goals? Maybe it's learning a new skill, finishing a task you've been putting off, or simply taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Because here's the truth. Your journey is unique. Your challenges, your victories, your failures, They're all part of your story, and your story isn't over. So stop looking at the person next to you. Focus on your own path, because when you do, you'll realize that you're not stuck, you're not behind, you're exactly where you're meant to be.